Radio friends, on day before tax day. This is Tuesday, April the 14th, and we got Ed Hanson right next to me. Good to have you here, Ed.
Thank you, Paul, for having me.
Got your taxes done?
I do.
Good, okay.
I didn't do them myself, someone else
Right,
did.
but they're done.
They are finished.
You're not going to be one of those people tomorrow night at midnight dropping them in the post office.
No.
But Ed is here, Talking Horse Productions, and you've got a new play coming up. It's called
Next to Normal.
And what is Next to Normal about?
Well, it's kind of hard to kind of put it into a nutshell, but I'll try. Next to Normal deals with a family that is in the throes of mental illness. The main character, the mother, is bipolar.
So this is not a comedy?
It is not a comedy. It is a musical drama. And in the course of the play, you learn a little bit about each of the different family members. But the big bit of knowledge to be gained from this is what mental illness really is, not blaming people for having a mental illness, and not only how does it affect the person who has the mental illness, but also how it affects their loved ones.
Right, and people around them.
Right.
But how do you make a musical out of mental illness? You said bipolar, right?
And truly, it is a little baffling. When I first heard of this play back in 2009,
it's a musical, and you're dealing with mental illness.
And this is a musical that won the Pulitzer Prize for drama, which is, very unusual for a musical play to win a Pulitzer Prize. Won a slew of Tonys in 2009 also. I think what they set out to do was to try to be very honest with the way they told their story, and they didn't want to bog it down with a lot of dialogue. So this is a very musically heavy show. We move from one musical number basically right into the next one. Sometimes there's a little bit of dialogue. Is it almost like an opera? It is almost like an opera, but not in a traditional, classical sense of opera.
But there's more dialogue in music than there is dialogue in spoken word.
That is correct.
So how do you do that? And I was going to say, how do you do that and still keep your sanity? But that wasn't the right.
Well, and this is a small cast show. It is 6 characters. You've got the 4 family members. You've got the daughter's boyfriend, and you've got the psychiatrist, is who I'm playing.
Oh, you're the psychiatrist.
Dr.
So
Madden.
you're in it.
Right.
Okay.
Right, and I'm trying to help Diana, the main character, as best I can. But with mental illness, many times the patients themselves are resistant to the treatment because they don't like the way certain medications make them feel, or certain treatments make them feel. They don't like talking about very personal things sometimes with their therapist, and so you end up almost with a pull between Diana and Dr. Madden, the psychiatrist.
What is the message people are going to come away from? Are they going to feel good when they leave the play, or are they going to feel heavy?
I think that it sort of depends on the person, but I think if they go into it with the idea that they're really going to learn something about the topic of mental illness by seeing the play, that it will be a huge benefit for them. Okay. We're actually teaming with several different mental health organizations here in Columbia, and they're going to be doing talkback sessions after each of the Saturday night performances about treating mentally ill people, those types of topics, and visiting and educating the audience. So
it's called Next to Normal. It opens when?
We open just in a couple of days, April 17th. And we'll be running this show for 3 weekends because we're expecting big crowds for it.
Okay, April 17th. Is that a Friday?
It's a Friday.
Friday, Saturday.
And Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoon for the seniors who don't want to drive at night.
That's right. And then Sunday shows at 2.
Right. So for 3 weekends in a row, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday matinee.
That's correct.
The evening shows are what time?
7:30.
And Talking Horse Production, you can get your tickets online?
We strongly recommend that because we think this show we've already sold over 100 tickets.
Okay, so www.talkinghorseproductions.org. Ed Hanson, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks.
Now, Anna Drake is sitting to my left, Heart of Missouri CASA. Pleasure to have you here, Anna.
Always a pleasure to be here, Paul.
What do you want to let our audience know about today?
We have a fundraiser coming up on April 23rd called Voices of Callaway. It will be taking place at 6:30 on Thursday, April 23rd at Champ Auditorium on the Westminster College campus.
And how is the fundraiser working? What are you doing?
We have Voices of Callaway who will be competing.
Singers.
Yes, we have a county commissioner and a high school group, a couple of church representatives, and other members of the community.
So is it kind of like a Callaway County talent show?
Something like that, yes.
But it's very serious. These people are good.
These people are good.
And the whole purpose is to get together, have a good time, but raise money for CASA.
Raise money for CASA, raise awareness for CASA.
How many different musical groups do you have?
We will have 7 performances.
And the show is what time?
At 6:30.
And the location again is?
Champ Auditorium on the Westminster campus.
Yeah.
And
you're hoping that you'll raise how much money?
we are hoping to cross $10,000.
Oh my.
Which is significant in Fulton.
Well, yes.
Yes.
It's significant anywhere. $10,000.
Yes, it is.
So how will that $10,000 be put to good use at CASA?
It will enable us to strengthen our Callaway County program. We're currently serving about 27 children in that community. $10,000 at 25 and let me back up. An hour of child advocacy costs our program about $25. So,
And that's with volunteers.
and that's with
the
volunteers
doing it.
providing the bulk of child advocacy. Yes.
But before we're out of time, explain what CASA is.
Thank you. CASA is an acronym that stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocates. And basically, our volunteer advocates advocate for children, provide a voice for children in court and in the community.
Yeah. And you are always looking for volunteers, somebody who would like to help and be a voice for kids who could not have their voices heard.
Yes. We are always needing more volunteers. We will have another volunteer training class starting in May.
All right. If you would like to volunteer, what's the phone number to call for more information?
573-442-4670.
Okay. And you just agree to give a certain amount of time
Yes.
each month, and you'll be a voice for young people who cannot have their voices heard.
That's exactly right.
Okay. Phone
Thank
number
you.
again?
573-442-4670.
And don't forget the talent show at Callaway County. That's coming up again when?
Thursday, April 23.
And everybody is invited to attend. They're going to try to raise $10,000 for CASA. Anna, thank you so much for coming
Thank you,
by.
Paul.
It's always a pleasure to have you here. Tomorrow, MU Theater and Second Chance, our topics. Our program directed by Travis McMillan, Reynolds Journalism Institute. Audio, Pat Akers from KBIA. Our floor director is Lowell Thomas. And our assistant producer and guest coordinator, Uncle James Mouser. Bye-bye.